Good morning and welcome to all B.Sc. first year students of Fishery Science in online lecture series. Welcome to you. Paper number 3rd, Freshwater Fish Culture Technology. In this paper 3rd, in online lecture series, we have seen the important articles Introduction to Types of Aquaculture. In this Introduction to Types of Aquaculture, culture based on different criteria which is to be we have seen during last few periods. In the first period we have seen that culture based on quality of water, that is freshwater aquaculture, marine water aquaculture and brackish water aquaculture. This is the first criteria. Second criteria, culture based on the criteria. Second, as economical consideration or the commercial consideration, it is to be again classified, divided into 3 types: extensive aquaculture, intensive aquaculture and semi-intensive aquaculture. This is the second criteria. Then third criteria, culture based on the criteria third, that is the number of species. Aquaculture is to be defined or divided into 2 types, monoculture and polyculture. Then fourth criteria, culture based on the types of designs construction. Culture based on types of design constructed. In these fourth criteria, first point which is to be or the 2 points these are to be we have seen. First is the pond culture. Pond is nothing but the man-made or the natural water bodies which is to be small in all sides and only one side water these are to be enter. It is the stagnant water, standing water bodies, small size in which aquatic animal these are to be cultured. It is called as aquaculture in ponds or the pond water aquaculture. Then second which is to be we have seen, that is the cage culture. What is the cages? These cages these are to be constructed. These cages these are to be formed, that is cage culture. And this cage culture these are to be first developed in Cambodia. In Cambodia, cage culture these are to be developed and it is to be flourished, and credit goes to the Cambodian people in which cage culture these are to be developed, cage culture these are to be flourished, which is to be we have seen last period. Now today's part we have seen that Introduction to Types of Aquaculture. The fourth criteria, culture based on types of design construction, and in these types of design construction we have seen that is the pen culture. Pen culture, culture based on types of design construction, that is the pen culture. What is meant by pen culture? Pen culture is defined as raising of fish or culturing of fish in a volume of water. Raising or culturing of fish in a volume of water, enclosed on all sides, except bottom, permitting the free circulation of water, except the bottom, circulating the free circulation of water. At least from one side, water these are to be enter and water these are to be leave out. Such enclosed sides, such all enclosed areas, all enclosed sides, only one side these are to be used, permitted to adding water and to deleting water. In such enclosed water bodies, such enclosed areas, when aquaculture these are to be done, it is called as the pen culture. It is called as the pen culture. Pen culture is nothing but the special types of ponds, special types of construction of ponds or the bunds these are to be constructed, in which all sides these are to be completely closed and one side these are to be open and free circulation, permitting such type of construction these are to be done. It is called as the pen culture. This system can be considered, pen culture can be considered as a hybrid between pond culture and cage culture. Pen culture is nothing but it is the hybrid situation, it is the hybrid condition between the pond culture and between the cage culture, and fishes these are to be cultured. It is called as pen culture. Mostly pens are shallow regions. shallow regions along shore sides, along the bank sides of the ponds, rivers, reservoirs or the seas and oceans. What is meant by pen? Pens are the mostly shallow water bodies, shallow regions along the shore sides, along the inshores or along the bank side of the lakes and reservoirs are used in making pens or enclosure, hybrid condition of ponds, that enclosure these are to be made up either by net material, that enclosure that may be either by wooden materials or that may be either by iron materials. Means either these pens these are to be enclosed either by iron material, either pen these are to be enclosed by wooden materials, either pen these are to be enclosed by the net material. Sometimes, occasions, these nets, iron materials, wooden material these are to be used to construct, to prepare the pens, and in these pens aquatic animals can be cultured, aquatic organisms can be cultured. It is called as mostly pen culture. It is called as the pen culture, which is the shallow regions along the bank side of the rivers or bank side of the water bodies. That water body may be inland water or that water body may be fresh water or it may be marine water. In a fish pens, the bottom of the legs forms the bottom of the pen. In a fish pens, bottom of the legs form the bottom of the pens. Pens has the advantage of containing a benthic fauna. Pen has the advantages of containing a benthic fauna which serve as food for the fish and aquatic animal culture or polyculture, and these are to be used as a food for fish culture and polyculture and can be practiced in pens as it is in ponds, in reservoirs, in lakes, in seas and in oceans. Such a special types of pens these are to be constructed, such a special types of area these are to be enclosed, in which area aquatic animal can be cultured. It is called as the pen culture. The environment in which pen is characterized, fish pen is characterized by a free exchange of water with the enclosing water body and high dissolved oxygen concentration. In such enclosed water bodies, aquatic animals or fishes can be cultured, fishes can be grown. It can be called as the pen culture. Pen culture can be constructed by net, pen culture can be constructed by wooden poles, pen culture can be constructed by iron materials, or it can be constructed by some occasions, sometimes by cement or the other different poles. That is pen culture. These are to be cultured, these are to be prepared. Then what is the advantages of this pen culture? What is the advantages of these pen culture, which is to be we have seen in the figure? These are the pens. See, these are the figures of pens, and these pens these are to be constructed, these are to be created inside the water body. That may be pond, that may be reservoir, that may be river, or that may be sea or ocean water bodies. In a bank side, near the shore sides, pens these are to be constructed, pens these are to be created, and in this pen, this is the pens. See the figure, all these are nothing but the pen. This is one pen, this is another pen, this is another pen, which is to be have colored in pink color. Yes, this is the another set, or all these are the varieties of the pens, and these pens these are to be prepared in the water bodies that may be fresh water or that may be marine water, and pens these are to be prepared, pens these are to be constructed. Then what is the advantages of these pens? Advantages of pens: intensive utilization of available space. When those space which is to be available in water bodies, that space these are to be intensively available and used for the culture of pen culture. Stocking density can be increased compared to that of the pond culture system, compared to that of the other culture system. Stocking density these are to be increased. Intensive utilization of available space. Stocking density can be increased compared to that of the pond culture system. safety from predators. Those pens, these are to be enclosed. This is the advantages. These pens, these are to be safety from the predators. Within the enclosure, no any predators can be enter. No any predators can be attack on the fishes. And all these predators, these are to be outside the pens. Means these pens, these are to be safety from the predators. These predators within the enclosure, predators can be excluded. In the larger pens, this would be more difficult, but in smaller pens, this can be done as efficiently and effectively. That's why safety from the seed, which is to be from the predators. That's why this is another advantages for the seed, which is to be fully live and growing. Then third advantages, suitability for culturing many varied species. Suitability for culturing many varied species means due to these pen culture, due to availability of more space and variety of species, variety of fishes, it can be cultured in natural ways as well as in an artificial manner. Means suitability of these culturing many varied species due to availability of more space and the natural water system, more fish species, it can be cultured, it can be grown in pen culture. The next advantage, easy to harvest. Those fishes, these are to be cultured in pens. In these pen culture, or after the complete growth, after the fully growth, these pens, these are to be easy harvest. In the large pens or in the pens, the harvest may not be as easy as in cage rearing or as in other cultivable condition. But in pen culture, as compared to natural water bodies, as compared to the riverine sources, reservoir sources or the marine water sources, these pens, these are to be easier than natural water sources, and within short period it can be harvested and enter into the market, due to which good market value these are to be attained. Good market value is to be captured by the product. Easy to harvest, hence it is to be important. The flexibility of size and economy. Flexibility of size and economy. When compared with cage, pens can be made much larger and construction cost will be cheaper than that of the cages. Means pens, those pens, these are to be constructed, created. These pens, these are to be much cheaper construction as compared to the cage culture, and these pens, these are to be sometimes larger as compared to the cages, and it is to be cheaper, it is to be flexible to increase the size as well as to decrease the size, and it is to be depending upon our culture conditions or the depending upon the fisherman's economy. This pen can be increased size or it can be decreased size according to the suitability, according to the stocking density of the seeds. Pens can be flexible, it can be decreased or it can be increased. Then next advantage is availability of natural food. Availability of natural food and exchange of materials with the bottom. Due to these pen culture, the bottom of the pen is the natural bottom. Bottom of the pen is the natural bottom. The pen culture organisms are at an advantages that they can be procure food or exchange food materials from the natural water bottom. Means there is a availability of natural food as well as there is a availability of supplementary food. Means availability of natural food is also done as well as availability of supplementary food. Means due to the scarcity of food, these fish or the fish species, these are to be not dead, not mortality, these are to be occur, and those food which is to be available in water bodies take these available food and it can be grow. And when available food is to be not found, then it supply the artificial food or the supplementary food. That's why these pens, these are the some advantages. These advantages are the intensive utilization of available space, safety from predators, suitability for culturing variety of species, easy to harvest, flexibility to size and economy, and availability of natural food. That's why these pen culture, these are to be important, these are to be useful for the culture purpose, for the culture of aquatic animal. All these are the advantages. Then what is the disadvantages of this pen culture? Disadvantages of the pen culture. Following are the some disadvantages means high demand for oxygen and water level. That's why this is another important disadvantages of pen culture: high demand for oxygen and water flow. Due to the high species, oxygen is to be minimum in quantity provided in minimum area, minimum water level. That's why high demand of oxygen, because stocking density these are to be more, these are to be maximum, and continuous water flow these are to be essential. This is the first disadvantages of this pen culture. Then dependence on artificial feed. Maximum occasions, natural food these are to be over, natural food these are to be completed. Hence, these stocking fishes these are to be depend upon the artificial food material. Then food losses, due to the these food loss these are to be occur. Part of the food losses, part of the feed is likely to be lost, uneaten and drifted away in the current of the water, due to which loss of the food is to be occur would be less than in floating cages. That's why loss of food these are to be occur. Pollution, since a large biomass of fish are cultured intensively, a large quantity of extremities then accumulates in the area of these culture area, due to which high biological oxygen demand, due to which cause a high biological oxygen demand. Also substances such as ammonia and other excreted materials, if not immediately removed, recycled, then water can be polluted, and this polluted water damage the biota of aquatic animals. Especially these are to be damaged the aquatic insect as well as the fishes. That's why pollution these are to be avoided. Rapid spread of diseases, when in an enclosed area, in a small area, large number of fishes these are to be enclosed, large number of fishes these are to be stocking, due to the low oxygen level and due to the high artificial food supply, rapid spread of diseases these are to be occur. And for the same region of high stocking density in an enclosed area, any disease beginning will be spread, and this disease these are to be very rapidly spread, and can cause the immense mortality of the stock and production of the fish, which can be declined the production. Hence, that is rapid spread of disease is the disadvantages of the pen culture. Then risk of the theft, since the fish are kept in an enclosed area, poaching and theft can be taken. These poaching and theft can be take place more frequently than in normal water bodies, but perhaps less than those of the cages. Means in pen culture, theft and poaching these are the common practice. Due to these theft and poaching, maximum fish population will be captured by poachers and captured by these theft, which is harmful for the fish farmers, fish culture. It is also another risk, another disadvantages. Then conflict with multiple use of natural waters, conflict with multiple use of water in locations where a pen is constructed. If the water is used for multipurpose like irrigation and recreational activities such as swimming, boating, etc., it may lead into conflicts. And when it may be multipurpose purposes, the pens these are to be conflict, and these pens these are to be multiple per use, these are to be not done, and hence these cages as well as pens these are to be conflict with multiple use of natural water bodies, and these are the some disadvantages. Means advantages and some these disadvantages these are to be seen. This is the figure of pens. Number of pens these are to be constructed by fish farmer in a series or in a isolated manner in a ponds, lakes, rivers or reservoirs, or even though these pens these are also constructed near the bank side of the seas and oceans where depth is to be shallow, wind action these are to be minimum effect, tide these are to be minimum effect. In that area, these pens these are to be constructed in which aquatic animal can be cultured, aquatic animal can be grown. With this, we have completed pen culture. That is pen culture, advantages and disadvantages of pen culture. This is the another important culturable design structure for the culture of aquatic animal. Hope you understood. Thank you all of you.